You know that feeling? You wake up, and almost on autopilot you reach for a glass of water? It's something most of us just do. But have you ever really stopped to ask why? It turns out that simple first sip is sitting at this amazing intersection of ancient wisdom and really cutting-edge science. So let's get into it and really unpack what's happening with your morning water.
So that brings us to the big question, right? Is this daily ritual a legit health hack that's optimizing our bodies, or is it just a habit we've all fallen into? We're going to dig into the data, check out the traditions, and see if we can find a real answer.
And here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll cover why we wake up so thirsty in the first place. Then, we'll dive into some ancient wisdom, followed by what the modern science labs are telling us. We'll even explore a pretty radical idea, the case for no water. And then we'll pull it all together into an optimized protocol just for you.
All right, section 1. So, what's the deal with waking up feeling like a desert? Well, think about it. You've been asleep for, what, 6, maybe 9 hours? You haven't had a drop to drink, but your body is still losing water just by breathing and through your skin. It's called insensible water loss, and it adds up. That's exactly why that first glass of water feels so essential.
Now you might think, well, my morning pee is dark, so I must be super dehydrated. And yeah, your urine is more concentrated, but some research shows it's not a perfect play-by-play of your body's actual hydration status. The real takeaway here is to listen to your body. That simple feeling of thirst, it's still one of the best, most efficient signals you have that it's time to rehydrate.
And you know, this whole idea of drinking water in the morning is nothing new. We're talking thousands of years. Traditional medical systems have had specific rituals built around it forever. So let's take a look at how this ancient wisdom has shaped the way people hydrate all over the world.
Okay, what's so fascinating here is how these two huge ancient systems, Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, arrived at similar conclusions from different angles. Ayurveda is all about stoking your Agni, or your digestive fire. TCM, on the other hand, talks about protecting your spleen qi and kidney energy. But guess what? Both agree that ice-cold water first thing in the morning is a huge shock to the system. It's all about the temperature and being mindful.
And this quote just nails the Ayurvedic view. Think of your Agni as your body's furnace. It's your metabolic power. So what happens when you pour ice-cold water on a fire? It goes out, right? That's the idea here. They believe cold water snuffs out that digestive fire, making you feel sluggish and bloated. But warm water? It gently stokes the embers and gets your system ready for the day.
And Ayurveda is super specific about how to do it. Rule 1, you sit down. The idea is that it relaxes your nervous system so your body can actually absorb the water properly. Rule 2, sip, don't just chug it. This gives your saliva time to mix in and send a little good morning text to your digestive system. And finally, the water should be warm, somewhere between 40 and 50 degrees Celsius to work with your body, not against it.
Okay, so we've heard from the ancient traditions. Let's fast forward a few thousand years and see what modern science has to say. What happens when we put morning hydration under the microscope? Let's see how the old wisdom stacks up against the new data.
And this is exactly why it matters so much. I mean, just look at these numbers. Your brain, the thing doing all your thinking, is about 74% water. Your blood, which is literally your energy delivery system, is 83% water. And your muscles are 75% water. So when you rehydrate, you're not just quenching thirst, you are fundamentally refueling the very systems that allow you to function. And check this out. Here's a hard number for you. Just by drinking water, you can give your metabolism a temporary boost of 24 to 30% for about an hour. It's a real thing called water-induced thermogenesis. Basically, your body has to burn calories just to warm the water up to your internal temperature. It's kind of like a free metabolic workout.
Now this is where it gets really tactical. It's not just about drinking water, it's about the timing of everything else, especially caffeine. So why wait 90 minutes for your coffee? 2 big reasons. First, your body's already giving you a natural wake-up call with a cortisol spike. Piling caffeine on top of that just leads to jitters and a nasty crash later. Second, you've got this sleepiness chemical called adenosine that's built up overnight. Waiting lets your body clear most of it out naturally. That way, your coffee gives you a clean, focused energy boost instead of just patching over your exhaustion.
Okay, so we've built a pretty solid case for drinking water first thing, right? Both ancient wisdom and modern science seem to agree. But to be thorough, we have to look at the flip side. Let's throw a curveball in here and explore the pretty radical idea of not drinking any water at all in the morning.
So what even is dry fasting? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. No food and absolutely no liquids, including water, for a set period of time. Now, the people who do this claim it pushes the body into a more powerful state of repair and cleanup, a process called autophagy, than regular fasting. The theory is your body is forced to create its own water internally by breaking down fat cells, which they say ramps up fat loss and detox.
But, and I can't stress this enough, this is a huge but. These claims are mostly theoretical, and the risks are very, very real. I mean, look at this list. We're talking severe dehydration, kidney stones, dangerous electrolyte imbalances that mess with your heart. You can even risk brain swelling when you finally do rehydrate. So, while the idea of a hard reset might sound tempting, the line between beneficial stress and actual harm is razor thin here. For almost everyone, this is not a health hack. It's a dangerous game that really just proves how much we truly need water.
Okay, so let's pull all of this back together. We've gone from ancient Ayurvedic practices to modern neuroscience labs and even peeked at the extreme opposite. Now it's time to synthesize all these different pieces of wisdom into one simple, powerful morning protocol that you can actually use.
And here it is, the best of all worlds. Step 1. A quick rinse or tongue scrape to clear out morning bacteria. Step 2. Add a tiny pinch of good quality salt to your water. That's a modern biohack to help your cells absorb it better. Step 3. Drink a good 16 to 32 ounces of warm water, just like the ancients advised. Step 4. Take a moment to sit down and drink it mindfully. That's straight from Ayurveda. And finally, Step 5. Delay that caffeine for at least 90 minutes. That's the key takeaway from modern neuroscience. See, it all works together.
So, I want to leave you with this one last thought to chew on. We spend so much time stressing about what we should be eating or drinking, but what if the real magic, the real optimization, isn't in the what, but in the how and the when? What if turning that automatic habit into a mindful, well-timed ritual is the single best health hack there is? Something to think about tomorrow morning.